Hello and welcome to the CCTU Take 5. I'm Bill Van Amburg.
And I'm Alycia Gilde. On CCTU Take 5, we investigate the latest trends, tools, and updates on the clean transportation industry.
All right, first of all, we'd really like to welcome new Carb Board Chair Liane Randolph, taking over an incredibly important position in the state of California for the agency that's really been leading the world in terms of clean air regulations since the 70s. Thank you, first of all, Chair Randolph, so much for joining us today. What are the biggest immediate priorities that you see for Carb, particularly as it relates to medium and heavy-duty zero-emission vehicles and infrastructure?
Well, first and foremost, we need to implement the governor's executive order that he issued last fall to really set the standard for zero-emission vehicles in light-duty, medium-duty, heavy space, and off-road vehicles as well. We need to go all in and build on the great work that Carb has done over the years to reduce emissions and go boldly into that zero emission future.
Well, that's so great and so important because what we're seeing is an incredible acceleration of truck makers manufacturing zero emission products. And I'm wondering, has that surprised you? I mean, it's all this momentum is building up and we're in exciting times.
It is really exciting. And I would say I don't think it's a surprise because it's built on years of regulatory work and work around developing incentives and, sending those signals that produces the market that allows innovators to step up and create the products that we need to see to build that zero emission future.
Well, that's great. Well, what do you see are the big issues that the truck makers have to overcome? Like, how do we help our fleets be able to adopt these technologies? How do we help our manufacturers further the success of developing battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles?
There's a lot of important issues. I think infrastructure is really critical because it is much more complex in the heavy duty space. The physical needs, the amount of land you need and the amount of electricity you need, the equipment you need, it adds that additional level of complexity. So coordinating really closely with our partners in the state of California in this work, the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, the California Energy Commission, the California Public Utilities Commission, we all need to be working together to make sure that the infrastructure and the vehicles are both rolling out, no pun intended, and really creating a usable framework so that companies can put in these orders with confidence and know that they will have the infrastructure to serve it and will be able to order the vehicles that meet their needs.
The advanced clean truck rules rolled out last year. Now the advanced clean fleet rules are in formation. How important is it? Why do we need to have a parallel fleet rule with the manufacturer rule from your perspective?
Well, California has always approached this work with both regulatory efforts and market building efforts. And the regulatory efforts are really critical to push the technology on the manufacturer side, but then also ensure that we have deployment and ensure that we are meeting the goals that we're setting because the folks who are buying the vehicles are buying the most up-to-date, cleanest vehicles and are pushing the envelopes.
Well, I think the ACT rule has been both transformative in the U.S., where there's a 15-state Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to follow the goals at least, and maybe hopefully the regulations. But now global governments are also following it. We've started an MOU process with global governments with our Global Commercial Vehicle Drive to Zero program. There's now 8 governments adopting California or better standards for commercial vehicles. How important is that to backstop Carb's goals, to have these other regions adopting similar parallel timeline goals?
Well, California has always been a leader, but it is so critical to have partners in this work and to build the market, to expand the suite of products, to ensure that all these manufacturers have lots of buyers out there, and to reap the benefits of the emissions that other countries will be reducing as a result of their efforts. We need to make progress worldwide. And so seeing other countries lean in and adopt similar rules, I think is just, it's so important.
Thank you for joining us for CCTU Take 5. And make sure to join us each month for the Clean Commercial Transportation Update at 11 a.m. Pacific. You can do so by registering right on our website.
And stay connected by following us on Twitter @CalStart, and we'll CCTU soon.